Good morning, folks. Just before the podcast starts, I would like to officially announce our live show that is happening at the Edinburgh Fringe at Monkey Brow Comedy Club on the 5th of August at 8:30 p.m. We hope you can make it along. It's quite a large room. If you could tell people in Edinburgh to come along and watch, that would be great. We have an extra special guest joining us that is a secret, but they will be absolutely brilliant. And tickets are like £8. They're on sale now. They went to early access to the Patreons, but they're fully on sale now. The ticket link will be in the description of this audio and video version of the podcast. I won't waste your time any longer because I know some of you are just here to listen to Mike. Have a lovely day, and we hope to see you at our first ever live show at the Edinburgh Fringe. Enjoy!
Yo!
Good morning.
Hello!
It's podcast time.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm not wearing socks. I'm wearing slippers. I don't know if there's the same fetish
Oh, yeah.
community for slippers.
I told you so well. Last week we were talking about that woman at the Carvery that was just obsessed with fucking me slippers.
Oh yeah.
Me slip. I could have been home with me slippers.
Maybe that's why.
Do you feel good in slippers? Do you feel like this is a higher state of being in a slipper?
I like a slippers. I like a cardigan.
Is a slipper just a fluffy croc?
On some level, yes, it doesn't have the breathability of a croc.
Because you're a big croc head.
I'm a croc sucker. Crocodile Dundee.
You fucking are.
I'm a croc sucker.
You're a croc sucker. Fucking croc sucker.
I'm writing
motherfucker.
I'm writing a sitcom.
Are you?
Yeah, it's called 30 Croc.
There you go. The Jumanji film starring the Croc. No.
I'm going to start cage fighting.
Yeah, that's bad. Huh?
I'm going to start cage fighting.
Yeah.
Croc Lesnar.
Oh, Croc Lesnar. That's the best one so far. Croc Lesnar is the best one, and we're going to get out at that. We've left that Croc
Quitting
Lesnar.
puns while we're ahead.
That's right. Croc
like
the
that.
Week. No.
What did I saw somebody... Oh yeah, Alfie on stage the other day said you can only do puns if they're improvised.
Right.
That's the only time puns are good.
I think he is right about that, because if you've actually sat down to write a pun, then that's bad. And I have one pun in my arsenal that I do sometimes, which is about boobies on the beach. And I throw the Bible into the ocean that I was reading, because now I'm reading the Booble. And I tell you one thing, I wrote that, and when I wrote it, I thought it was great.
But as long as you're laughing and you know the audience are laughing because it's bad.
100%. And then I lead up after that with a better joke where I say, and then when I see granny tits, that's reading the Old Testament of the Booble. And that's just a top class joke.
The Book of Genitits?
Yeah. The Book of Genitits. Oh, lads. That's so sick. That's a first. We would clip within fucking 2 minutes. But
yes, a planned pun is so it gives me the ick. A planned pun gives me the ick.
Well, they're so easy to do, and they're so that it's like, if that's what you've actually sat down and you've worked, you know what I mean? It just comes across as shy and lazy.
What do you think about, there's a real prevalence of comedians using pun titles for their shows on their names? And I know we've discussed that your show next year should be called Mike Rice Baby.
Mike Rice Baby. Oh, that
Mike Rice Baby.
Ding, 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 ding. But I'd have to have a little speaker attached to every poster for people to really get it, I think.
Yeah, because they just read it and go, Mike Rice Baby.
That's exactly what they would read. Mike Rice Baby.
You could call it Rice Baby, but I think that would be worse.
Yeah.
I think that's Nigel Young's next to her.
Didn't I tell you this, that there was a time, this was the golden era of my life, right? So when I hit my growth spurt when I was 17,
You did tell me this.
Yeah.
Was this on pod or off pod?
I don't think it was on pod, but I was a new person. So a new person had appeared in Kilkenny because...
This is like when a girl grows tits and an ass.
Yes.
In school, and you go, where's Hannah been?
That's right.
Why'd Hannah just arrive? Is this a new lady?
New lady.
You were a new lady?
I grew tits and an ass. I had big juicy tits, and there was milk seeping out of them. So I grew, and then everyone was like, oh, that little fella is now like
a big fella.
Yeah, caterpillar turned into a fucking butterfly. I was buzzing around. So anyway, everyone's excited. You're in a small place, Kilkenny, so it's like there's a new fella on the block, and it's just fucking taller Mike, bit of an Adam's apple there. It's all singing.
And where'd that go?
Huh?
And where'd that go?
I don't know. Cause we
don't have a very pronounced one, neither do I, though.
No, we're low T. That's because we have low T, lads.
Yeah, that's what they keep telling us in the comments.
Yeah, we're low T, fucking cowardly pussy men. And they're probably right.
Cowardly pussy men, man. Every week, I think. Is that merch?
Well, that could be merch. Well, someone said in one of the comments, they were like, oh, you should genuinely call this podcast the Cucks of Comedy.
Yeah, well, Cucks of the Earth was the suggestion on the pod.
Well, Cucks of the Earth was last week. Cucks of Comedy.
Cucks of Comedy. And we should do the Kings of Comedy poster.
That's right.
With like Bernie Mac and stuff.
And
but it's
do
just
a massive tour of 50-seater venues. But call it the Cucks of Comedy.
I am scared of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Do the Bernie Mac. If you haven't seen Bernie Mac's stand-up clip where he comes on Def Jam and just goes, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Kick it.
And then he does like a little dance, and it's the best thing of all time.
Yeah.
That is the best. That's the first stand-up routine that I saw that I was like, this can be so funny. Like, this can be as funny as Anthony.
Yeah, it is shit, though.
Get the fuck out of Bernie Mac, lads.
Like, I love it. But they're not like good jokes.
Oh, but they are.
But his whole thing is just like, my dick's big.
No, but it's so funny because he said, I'm big boned. I'm blessed. I'm like, it's the way he's saying it is hilarious. And he has pictures of himself all over his pants.
Jeans, he has pictures of his own
fucking
face
amazing.
Jeans.
And then he's talking about, people tell me there's a pussy tastes like pumpkin pie. I say, watch your mouth. I ain't never tasted no pumpkin pie. And they go, kick it.
He just plays music in between every.
Yeah, but then he's like, he's also about like that sex is not like people talking about fucking for an hour. He's like, sex ain't but 50 pumps. You can count it if you got the time. And then he's just like talking about like shagging his girl.
I feel like you're realizing as you say these bits that it's not great.
Right? No,
it's all energy.
Yeah, but who gives a shit? It's everything comes together. The words, the way he's moving, everything to make it good. So it is good, right?
Yes.
It's like Sebastian Maniscalco, who I'm a big fan of. If you just look at the words, it's not great.
Yeah.
But it's the attitude, the movement, the tone. It's a million things come together.
There's one really funny act out where like, is it his missus like answers the phone while they're having sex?
This is what I'm saying. Yes, because the phone is ringing. He's like, baby, don't answer, ring. Baby, don't answer, ring. And then she's like, but it might be a job. He's like, baby, don't. So then she calls. She's like, hello. And he's like, and that's when you give her the dick. And then she's just like, on the phone. And it's
none of this is a joke.
But it's hilarious.
This is funny.
It is funny. It's hilarious because he does funny faces and makes noises. And guess what? That's what I do.
Yeah, that's the inspiration for the stuff.
You're not going to look at my stuff written down and say there's any jokes there. There's a lot of this. Faces and sounds, man. And honestly, I think that's the best comedy.
Who was I doing impressions of you with? Oh, it was Hattie and I were doing impressions of you at Katie Green's birthday party recently.
It was very unflattering.
Doble quinceañera, which is a very cheeky way the Mexicans have come up with to say, I'm 30.
That's right.
It sounds much cooler than I'm 30 now.
That's 100%.
It's my doble quince.
It's my doble quinceañera instead of just being like, it's kind of over. It's kind of over for me now. I no longer have potential. It's pretty clear that things are going nowhere.
I'm cooked.
The goose is cooked. My best days just are behind me. They are. There's just no other way to frame it.
Yeah, which is a lot of meaning to fit into doble quinceañera.
I'm 15 twice. I'm 2 teenagers.
I'm like 215. That's how you're pitching yourself to creepy old men.
That's right.
I know you fancy teenagers, but
yeah,
I'm like 2 15-year-olds. What about that? Do you want to have a threesome with 2 15-year-olds? They're both here right now.
Yeah. That is a great way to pitch yourself. A hot way to pitch yourself to
Maybe this is how we should like rehab pedophiles.
Yeah.
Be like, this 24-year-old is like 3 8-year-olds.
This is, you reframe it. It's framing. We've got to reframe people to pedos and just be like, I know you look at her and it makes you want to get sick because she's 27, but baby, think about this. You've got a little fucking triple 9-year-old there, baby. Think about that.
You want to force him with 3 9-year-olds?
You're going to force him with 3 9-year-olds.
And they go...
This is so clever.
And he goes, oh.
Yeah. And then he's just like...
Because they're not smart people.
He starts doing his little hair and doing his eyebrows. He's like, hello, Miss Lady. How y'all doing?
Nice to see you, nice to see you, nice to see you, nice to see you.
I'm sorry if this is confusing. I'm talking to the 3 9-year-olds inside you right now. I don't know why it's this American character we're doing.
Why is the pedophile prospector?
I don't know.
I say, kids are hot.
I say, we got some fine prospects down here deep in the South, and we gonna find them.
I say, I've been pining for teens down at the stream.
I've been pining for teens, we be mining for teens. We're hoping to get real lucky real soon.
We're gonna strike it rich. We're digging, we're mining, we're gonna strike kids someday.
We're gonna strike it some. What we started trying to do is we look at things a little differently around here. We see an 80-year-old lady, we see 8 10-year-old girls, and we split her into such. So it's kind of
sometimes you're just fucking a shin, but it's an 8-year-old. But it's an 8-year-old shin.
Because if you got an 8-year-old lady and you cut her up into 10 different parts, there's 10 8-year-olds, so you can just fuck her feet, but you're fucking an 8-year-old. Does this make sense to you? Because it kind of seems a bit nonsensical to me, even as I'm saying it.
But he's got great manners as well. Like a really well-mannered Southern pedophile. Just like, I say, madame, you look very nice today in those in that Hello Kitty pajamas.
I tell you what, I like the idea of him selling to other like Southern like pedophiles, and just being like, listen, I know on the outside this just looks like one fat ugly old lady, but I want to ask you to use your imagination and think about this in a deeper way. Right here, you got yourself 8 7-year-olds.
We got some of the finest 7-year-olds this side of Tennessee.
Right inside this lady, there's 8 7-year-olds. You just got to use your imagination, sir.
And they only need one pair of shoes.
That's right.
You're cutting costs.
You're cutting costs. You got yourself 9 brown children for the price of one big fat fucking ugly lady. Big fat ugly bitch. He just suddenly starts getting very insulting to the woman. One big fat.
She's just there like pulling at the hems of her dress. Like,
yeah. I mean, I had dreams when I was young, and it weren't to be no 7 9-year-olds.
What do I want to be when I grow up? 7 and 9-year-olds. That's what I want to be.
I was hoping to get work as secretary at railway station, but things didn't go my way.
Typing classes, and all I had to learn how to type was 7 and 9.
Oh God, this is some of the best or worst podcasting that's been done in a while. But
it's good stuff.
So my little Indian summer when I got like hot, when I went from being a child to
I was wondering how we got there, but thank you for pulling it back.
That's right. So I remember I went to this party, right?
Growth spurt, how many inches?
Like fucking, I would say 4 or 5.
And what about height?
Well, like that's you're talking about my flute, you saucy devil. Jesus, that's where you mind went, to the flute of Mike flute, King Chug Mike flute. Now, so I grew up. So I got. What are you laughing at now?
Silly.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's very silly business. 1,000 Patreon subscribers.
1,000 Patreon subscribers. For this,
I'll say, 1,000 Patreon subscribers. That's 110 Patreon subscribers.
Well, no, 1,000 Patreon subscribers. We have to assume these are all adults. So this means that we've got 10,000 children. We got to get to 10,000 children. We sell these to the, down the pedophile market down Hackney. We get ourselves pretty penny.
The artisan pedophile market.
I like the
organic. Organic children.
Organic children and they're wrapped up.
Non-GMO children, no palm oil. Vegan children.
Why is palm oil? I keep hearing about palm oil. People love it.
It kills the orangutans.
It kills them?
Yeah. It takes the forests.
Fuck.
Because it's from like trees in the Amazon. CMB, former guest of the podcast, friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
A really funny bit, and it's been on TV, so I don't mind it. It was just about generic cereal brands.
I know the bit, yeah.
Cereals, and he does like the fake Cocoa Pops. It's just an orangutan.
Yeah, orangutan.
He's just smoking, going, I don't even know what palm oil is.
Yeah.
I'd rather have my forest and family back.
God, that's so good.
He's brilliant.
God damn it. Yeah, he did that. He did that bit at the Sean Locke Award last week.
So good, man.
I was so sick.
How was that, by the way? I don't mean to not come back to your growth spurt and everybody calling you. Let's finish that and then we'll come to the question. So
yeah,
we're going from rice, baby. Go on.
Right. So I went to this party, and at this party, it was like a girl's 17th or 18th party, and suddenly I was the belle of the ball.
Ooh.
I was the cock of the walk. I was Pocahontas. I was Cinderella.
Everybody's chatting away to
the
young
Little
Michael.
Mermaid. Huh?
Well, everybody's chatting away to young Michael.
Well, everyone
trying to get a piece of the action.
It wasn't even that. Like, word had gotten back to me. I was standing over there that every girl at the party has just been there. I don't want to sound rude, but fronting at the gash, and they're all. Did you like that?
What were you going to say if you did want to sound rude?
Fronting at the cunt. But I didn't want to be rude, so I called it gash.
I say, they were frothing at the gash.
They were frothing at
these young ladies. These 16-year-olds, like 2 8-year-olds, no less.
2 8-year-olds, if you ask me. If you ask me what I think. Nobody asked you anything. Well, I know where I'm not wanted, but that's how I see things. Please leave this party, Jebediah. Well, I'll tell you.
Inspector Jebediah ass. For short, inspect her ass.
Oh, good Lord. You would not Jebediah would not be welcome at most parties. You know what I mean? Just dividing people up into the amount of children he believes they are. But anyway, so I go to this party. So
Jebediah working the door of a nightclub. I can't let any of these people in.
Yeah. Well, y'all, yes, it says here you're 40 years old, but I mean, I know better than that. I see here 10 4-year-olds stacked on top of one another. Because that's just how I see things.
You know what I like about you, Michael?
What?
You know your own limitations. Every single time you've done a number to improvise the division of, you've made it divisible by 10.
Yeah. you got to play to your strengths, and you got to know you can't bite off more than you can chew. You've confused yourself there a number of times.
You've done 80 and 40.
I have, yeah. You've got to get, if you're the one passing yourself the ball, give
yourself
a good pass. Give yourself an easy pass.
Don't shuffle shit.
Don't be throwing ball up here.
I'm throwing myself hospital passes at all times.
You've been throwing yourself absolute hospital passes.
I do that on stage sometimes. I'll just bring up a topic and have no idea how to make it funny.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, well, I'll try. Just go for it and see what happens.
What's the best way to...
Rarely works.
Yeah, well, but one time it does.
You've got a bit.
And you're a fucking genius.
And you post those clips online and everybody thinks it's every single time.
That's right. Oh, that big time, lad. The biggest con in show business. Angelone's crowd work clips.
Trailers for a bad movie.
Yeah. But so anyway, I'm at the party. I'm the Little Mermaid. I'm Pocahontas. I'm Cinderella. I'm fucking Jasmine from Aladdin. I'm just gorgeous. I'm the belle of the ball. And it gets back to me. All these ladies, they've all been talking about me, lusting. There's been a fucking, there's heat coming from their undercarriages that's being used as energy to run the city.
They're like the starving peoples of North Korea.
That's exactly what they're like.
Desperate for rice.
Desperate for yeah. They fucking are, lad. They absolutely are. And they've got little pictures of me like Kim Jong-il in there, and they have to keep it dusted off. And so this all happening. I don't know, I've never had this before, so I don't know what to do. But so I just basically have my pick of
the women,
like whatever. So
you lined them all up.
I want to get off.
You lined them all up.
Yeah.
Is that what you did? Bachelor style, and you had one rose?
Well, so I didn't line them all up, but I just literally, I had to like basically like leak the information back with a carrier pigeon of which one.
Is it like espionage?
Yeah, that I was going for. So like obviously I went for the girl who had, she had big boobies and she had a tan and she had brown eyes.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Her name was Sarah Hennessy, and I changed it. That's not her name.
I know.
But, yeah. Did that look fake how I said it?
You're the panic in your eyes when you thought about saying her real name and then decided to come up with a fake name and then said Sarah, and I think Sarah might be her real name.
Yeah.
But then you tried to find a different last name from your head, and then you went for Hennessy and immediately knew that wasn't going to play.
No, it didn't play.
And it all happened.
I
in
didn't
about
sell.
2
I could
seconds.
see in your eyes. You didn't believe it.
Great.
But so we'll just say her name was Sarah Hennessy, and she had big boobies. Now she was a prize. She was a big prize. Tanned in Kilkenny.
Yeah,
what? Where are you from? You know what I mean?
It's right. But there are some swarthy chaps down the south of Ireland. The very, very southern tip. Because there's quite a lot of North African influence.
Right.
Do you not know that?
No.
Do you not know? So like in terms of like historical like migration patterns, a lot of people from North Africa, kind of Arabic countries, moved up into the southern coast. That's why a lot of people from Cork, very kind of like dark hair, dark eyes.
Well, that's
type
the Black
thing.
Irish. People call it Black Irish.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a thing. Black Irish is a thing.
Yeah, no, but that's a different thing.
That's
in Montserrat.
No. I'm talking about like Black Irish because the Moors came or something like.
Yes, that's the Arabic. That's North African.
Right.
That's all that stuff.
And in Galway as well. There's a lot.
If you ever look at like Arabic like fonts,
yeah,
they look very, very similar to like Celtic texts as well.
Yeah,
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Well,
that's
my granny, very beautiful woman, sallow skin, brown eyes, black hair, and all my father's siblings the same, black hair, brown eyes. My father's the only one with blue eyes, and then my mother blue eyes, so we have blue eyes. But they were all like sallow skinned, like really fucking. I found like, I'm not going to say they're hot as if I was attracted to them, but they're all like, I think like
Mediterranean looking or something.
So then I was always after that. When I was young, I was like tan, brown hair. But I thought that was the bee's knees, you know.
Yeah.
And that's not something like, because I know all you in your heads are like, oh, you were after your granny, and it's like, no, I wasn't after my granny. We had a platonic thing, but so
we were just friends.
We were just friends. She was a great granny, and I loved her very much. But
dead?
Oh, it's a doornail. She was, and I actually, this is true. I don't know if this is that's a funny thing, more a psychological thing. But when my granny died, she had lived with us our whole life, right? So,
oh really?
Yeah. So till I was like 16, 17.
Is that quite common? I guess like farmhouses are maybe quite big.
That's right. Because my father stayed at home on the family farm. She's on the family farm. So my mother moves in. So my granny then moved to kind of a flat at the side of the house. So she had her own little space there. But she would always just be in our house from about 7:30 in the morning, which did drive my mother insane.
Yeah, like an Everybody Loves Raymond type situation.
100% that.
Yeah.
But we love granny because she would be like, our mother would be giving out to us, and granny would be like, don't listen to her, and she'd give us chocolate, and we'd be like, we love you, granny. We don't love her at all. And granny would be like,
that's dastardly behaviour like, from your granny.
But we loved her so much. She was so loving, and she called us Lanny. She'd say, come here to me, Lanny.
What's that?
It's like an old Irish thing for
like
children.
Yeah. Wow.
Come here to me, Lanny, and she'd give you a little kiss. And she had this olive, like kind of brown skin, and it was lovely. And she had real veiny arms, and it was just the best of times. And she'd make a great fucking apple tart, granny. And
I don't like apple tarts.
Huh? You would like this woman's apple tart.
I don't like cooked fruit.
Huh?
I don't like cooked fruit.
Why is that now?
I don't know. It's just something that I don't like. Jam, Jaffa cakes, apple tarts, apple crumbles, apple anything. Any fruity desserts.
You wouldn't have an apple crumble?
Nope. Yuck.
You wouldn't have a rhubarb tart?
I think it's bad. No. Yuck.
Really?
I hate cooked fruit.
And people must hate you when you come to their house and they put all this effort in.
Yeah,
because every fucking dessert in Ireland contains cooked fruit.
Yeah, just give me a chocolate something.
Huh?
Just give me a chocolate
You've
something.
just said you turned down a Jaffa cake, you cunt.
But it's got cooked fruit in it.
Yeah, but it's got chocolate.
I hate chocolate orange. Chocolate orange is stupid. It's
Terry's chocolate orange. You wouldn't eat that.
Such a bad thing.
Would you not eat
What's the fucking point in a Terry's chocolate orange?
That it tastes unbelievable.
It tastes
makes you fucking happy in your head.
I'm almost tasting chocolate, but there's something in the way. That's all a Terry's chocolate orange is.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
It's just nearly chocolate with something
Do you know
in the way.
work Terry put in?
The orange is in the way of the chocolate.
Do you know how much...
Get out of the way!
Do you know how much everybody put in to make those slices the way they are?
Terry!
It's a beautiful, like, construction of, like, chocolate and fruit and amalgamation. It's a holy alliance.
You think Terry put in all that effort?
Who the fuck else put
Read
it
a
in?
fucking book. Terry had slaves.
No, he... What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
That was the inspiration for Willy Wonka. The Oompa Loompas were small Scottish men
What?
who he had as slaves on the Terry's factory.
None of this is true. I don't believe anything you've just said. You're trying to fucking throw the name of Terry's chocolate orange through the fucking
Besmirch the
dirt.
name of... Well, I would whack it through the dirt.
Why?
Because that's the ad for Terry's, isn't it?
What?
Don't tap it, whack it.
Oh, yeah. I suppose it is.
Dawn French.
Dawn French. Jesus, man. If you look at... Yeah, I'd say she ate a lot of the Terry's.
Why do you say that, Mike?
Huh?
Why do you say that, Mike?
Because she's visibly overweight. Because she's observably overweight.
Yeah, you could fit.
And then, like, when you have an observably overweight person, which there's nothing wrong with, apart from when it's you. But...
Hey.
Hey. No, but if you do have something like that, advertising chocolate, the first thought that comes in your head, she's eating all that chocolate.
Yeah.
Someone needs to get her away from
the chocolate.
Terry's. Yeah. Because you know they're paying, like, she's been asked to be paid in.
She's been paid in segments?
She's been paid in little... She's just been fed like a fucking... Like Julius Caesar, lying on a couch, just being fed little things of chocolate oranges.
Disgusting, nearly chocolate.
Lad, it's so beautiful. I really would like if people weighed in on this, because it has actually been one of the delights of my life, has been consuming Terry's chocolate orange. And there has been times I've had that in my mouth and I've thought to myself, I don't think life on earth could get any better than this. That's how strongly I feel about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the way you're talking is just a man who just doesn't really know how to feel joy or have fun. You've just said you don't like apple tart. You're a fucking loser. No offense.
Just make a nice chocolate cake.
What?
There's no better dessert than chocolate.
That's not right. That's
not
so
true.
right.
My granny makes a delicious chocolate cake with
Your
chocolate
granny is a
buttercream in the
nonce.
middle.
You even call her nonce. Isn't that what you call your granny?
Different granny.
Don't you call your granny nonce?
Different granny.
Oh, different granny?
Yeah, there's granny and then there's Nana and Nana.
Nonce
and then I never knew my granddad.
Nonce and Nancy. No. What? Is it Nonce and Nancy? Your two grandparents?
Enough of this. My Nana is in the hospital. Don't speak badly about her.
Is she in the hospital? She hurt herself noncing. Did she really? She's trying to catch a little child and she toppled over and she's like, oh, mamma mia. Is she actually quite ill? Oh, then that's not great what I've done. But still, just tell her to stop nonsense and she'll be fine. Anyway, back to me.
Nano keeps trying to convince her that he's 10-year-olds.
Is that how he got her in the first place? He convinced
He's quite
her.
a small man as well. He's like 4'11".
I'm a bunch of really, like, is he actually, he is 4'11", is he?
Yeah, he's real small.
Jesus
Small
Christ.
Italian man. He's great though. Big fan.
Yeah.
He just walks around patting his belly all the time.
Yeah.
And he just loves spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah.
It's his favourite thing in the
think-
whole entire world. He has it on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
My family have spaghetti bolognese on Christmas Day.
That is fucking, I mean, it's stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I guess the spaghetti bolognese you're having is probably so sick.
Yeah, we don't have it. It's my Nana and Nana have it.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
They
we
don't
have
come to you on
turkey and all
Christmas
that
Day?
stuff. No, they go to my dad's brother's family.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Are they more favoured by your grandparents?
They just live closer.
They love them more?
They just live closer.
You've disappointed them in a way, or no?
They just live closer.
They find you unpalatable as a person.
They live closer.
You won't eat their fucking stewed fruit.
They live closer.
Huh?
They live closer.
Well, you keep telling yourself that. Because on Christmas Day you will put the effort in to go to where you want to go.
Icy
But
roads.
anyway, huh?
Icy roads, wheelchair? Don't think
No,
so.
no. Now, listen to this. I was at this party.
28 minutes of trying to tell this story.
No, but anyway, there's no great story. But I chose the lady because this now I've never had the pick of women in my life like this.
This was swarthy lady.
This was the best period of my whole existence.
Yeah.
I felt like a star. I probably got into comedy in some way to try and recreate this level of attention. And so, but
it's not a difficult thing to be the most attractive boy on a comedy lineup.
No,
it's fairly low bar.
Oh no, but sure, you're with a bunch of fucking gargoyles.
Yeah, you know trolls from under the bridge.
Just real, just like, you know, like people who are like just spitting inside their own t-shirts and rubbing it into their hello, and they've got like a little brown sack of coins, and you're just like, I would like to have a packet of Monster, but you're like, I don't, you know,
I don't sell things.
I don't sell things, man. You know what I mean? And he's like, quick, go, you know,
and you just go
hither,
and just get him the Monster Munch.
Yeah,
and then you bring him back, and he goes, I didn't want original flavour, and you will specify. He's like, I thought you would have assumed. Why would I assume not original? Yeah. You fucking troll.
And then you hear from the background just playing, okay, and now our headliner. He's like, I have to go. You know, that'll be the best comedian on the lineup. So I'm at this party, right, and I choose the lady with tanned, skimp brown eyes, big boobies. She's the bell, but I picked wrong. I tell you why.
Wrong?
I picked wrong. I tell you why I picked wrong. Because this lady, she was only getting with me because I was flavour of the month. She didn't have any real love in her heart for old Mike. It was just the
fashion at the time.
I was just in fucking style, and she knew she could. It was like that song, Joe, Darlene, Darlene, Darlene. Oh, Jolene, 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 Jolene.
No, you need to suffer some repercussions for thinking it was Darlene.
Do I?
Yeah, that was fucking
But what
stupid.
could the repercussions be?
Do you know what I mean? I really want to give you a dead leg.
But you can't, because you know I'll fuck you up. If you start that with me, it's not going to end well for you.
Nah, you're a goddamn fool.
I'm made out of fucking marble. I'm chiseled out of granite.
Did I tell you about my mate when I was 14 who'd started MMA, and I used to play rugby with him, and he like broke his arm and he went to the x-ray, and he was this fucking guy, his name was Jason, and he did MMA and all, and he did cage fighting, and he did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
And he loved Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
He had Brock Lesnar, his fucking classmate. He fucking loved Brock Lesnar and all. And then he went to the x-ray at the hospital, and the radiographer lady said, do you have any like metal in your body or anything? And his dad was like, no. And Jason was like, I do. And then she was like, what? And he goes, I'm made of steel.
I'm made of fucking steel. I looking around.
And he had one half of his hair bleached blonde and the other half black.
God, what?
It's fucking bizarre. He looked like the two different phases of Eminem's career. And his dad was like a minister. It was so funny. He was such a...
I made a fucking steel. You know his father's just like, nothing will become of my son. My son will go on to achieve nothing. He's just talking to the doctor. I'm a man of fucking... But the funny thing is to say it and then you're looking... Just absolutely...
I made a fucking steel, mate.
Yeah. That reminds me, and I think I may have fucking said it on this pod, but that great, one of the greatest lines in rap history was 2 Chainz, where he says, my dick was so hard it made the metal detector go off.
You think that's one of the greatest
lines in rap history?
2 Chainz is a fucking idiot.
And Drake on me. Why do you say that, lad?
Because I watched his documentary
about... You're sitting there with 1 chain like a fucking dope. That lad's twice the man you are.
Is that how you measure manhood? Number of chains?
Yeah, and we're both on 1 at the minute. And it's a race to see who can get a second one.
Yours is thick because you're trying to compensate for something?
No, mine's thick because it's literally, it was made in the likeness of my cock. And my mother made sure of that when she got it for me.
Mine was given to me by my nonna and nonna.
To try as a little kind of treat to lure you in for a bit of nonsense.
No.
By nonsense and noncy.
No.
No. I am convinced, because that would make sense in why your father's a pedo. That whole Italian side is absolutely riddled. But anyway, listen.
2 Chainz' documentary about like weed and stuff, I watched it. It was one of the worst made things I've ever seen. Because you need the documentary like figurehead, the Louis Theroux type figure, to be tying the whole thing together with some kind of narrative and like, you know, talking to the camera in between the segments. But anytime he talked to the camera in between the segments, he was like, "This is what we're doing with smoking, yeah."
Right. It's just, it didn't make sense. Didn't make sense.
The documentary where everybody was high when they made it didn't make any sense.
Yeah. I think, do you know what this reminds me of? It's fucking, I don't know if you've seen any episodes of Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where
I love the Bill Burr episode where Mike Tyson takes a handful of mushrooms and shoves it into, and just like eats it mid-podcast. And Bill Burr's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Yeah, I've just seen ones like I've seen one with Eminem, I've seen one with Khabib, and it's just Mike sitting there.
I've studied all the warriors. I've looked at Alexander the Great and also Caesar and Napoleon.
Alexander the Great.
I know what they do. I am a warrior. And then the reason I'm crying is because I'm not going to be that warrior anymore because I'm afraid of that thing that's inside of me that I used to be, but I'm not that anymore.
And then
that's what Mike Tyson's like
absolutely,
nowadays.
100%.
Like, I studied it, and now I'm not that. And who am I? I'm nothing. Because he was hypnotized by a guy when he was a kid.
By a guy.
His trainer hypnotized him to be like, "You're a fucking killing machine."
Right.
Yeah. Like told him about all this stuff. Yeah, proper like
fuck.
Just trained his unconscious when he was like 13, 14 years old and was like, you will go in there and that's why he like bit people's ears off and all.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Because he was just like hypnotized.
To be a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And now he's doing
I'll fuck you till you love me.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him say that?
Oh, yeah.
I'll make you my girlfriend.
I mean, my girlfriend, I fuck you till you love me. And then he's just like, "I will eat your children. I will eat your children. The blood of your children will go down my face."
Just insane shit. And
I'll fuck you till you love me. And then he calls him the F word.
Yeah.
"I fuck you till you love me."
And you know he would fuck you as well. Like Mike Tyson would absolutely.
Because he's hypnotized.
Shag the living
to
shite
just
out of you.
dominate people in whatever way he can.
Yeah, he's been just hypnotized into being like a fucking Genghis Khan style fucking just conquer all before you warrior. Boy, he has. But then also he loves pigeons.
He does kiss. Have you seen that bit, Kiss? The picture, it's just Mike Tyson holding 2 pigeons and it just says KITH. Just says Kiss.
Just I fly my pigeon on the roof of New York. And also I will eat your children. Okay, thank you.
But like he was like,
"You've turned into Bobby Boucher."
I don't know what I've turned into right now. But I thought Vicky ran titties and I liked them.
"She is the devil, Bobby." But
my back is broken. I love that. Yeah. Spinal.
But the greatest thing about, like, if you see like the kind of lead ups to Tyson fights, is he just be like,
"I'm going to eat your children's bones and I'm going to crush their skull and eat it as a soup and the blood will drip down my face and I will look up to God in ecstasy as this happens."
and then the other fight will be like, "Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the fight." And you know, obviously Mark's a legend. And you're going in there with a legend, and he'd be like,
"I am going to eat the foot of your wife and I'm going to shake the foot
I'm going to
out.
teach your wife a lesson.
I'm going to teach your life a lesson.
She'll regret ever falling in love with you because she'll see the damage that I'm going to do to you and it will make her cry."
It will make her cry and the heartbreak will be so severe that she will end up taking her own life.
"I'll punch you so hard your grandkids will feel it."
Yeah, no, it's all obviously great to meet Mike and be here and engage in this kind of a fight. It's the biggest fight of my
career. So I'm gonna bite your dick off and I'm gonna eat it like a hot dog in Fenway Park and I'm gonna put relish on your dick as I eat.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm gonna make you look like a Picasso.
Did he ever say that?
No.
The 2 eyes on one side of your face. God, that is a good one. That's such a good one.
Yeah, but it's just those, because at one point they were all just lining up to be knocked out by Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah,
it was so brutal.
Oh yeah, it's a little parade of cowards.
Have you seen that Patrice bit about Mike Tyson?
Oh, the bit about
he was like he didn't do it.
Yeah.
He was like, "You know how I know he didn't do it?
Yeah.
When he came out of prison, you know what he said? I wish I really had to rape the bitch and her mama."
Yeah.
That is an innocent man.
Yeah. And he also said he didn't like he didn't do it because he ate her out.
Oh yeah,
And
he
then
was like, he forced oral sex on her, and he was like,
Yeah.
God, he made her suck his dick. He was like, no, he ate her pussy. He's like,
He made this bitch feel wonderful.
nobody, you can't even eat pussy mad.
Yeah.
You're like, shut up, bitch.
Yeah. It is that.
Shut up while I spread your lips so I can access the clit more easily.
Yeah.
Great bit. Portrays a real elephant
It's a great
in the room.
bit.
Just great special.
I'm not convinced of Mike Tyson's innocence, I will say that, but it is a great bit. But it is a great comedy bit.
Listen.
Because everything he has said and done around that time indicated that wouldn't have been outside the realms of something he would do. Like, oh yeah, but you know, I think his lines of morality were quite blurred.
Didn't he push his like wife or mum down the stairs or something?
Oh, if he got half a chance, he would have. There's very few people that stood beside the stairs and Mike Tyson was around that didn't get pushed down that stairs.
He was in my way.
What?
He was in my way.
Yes, you was in my way.
He was on the Stairmaster and it was taking too long.
She was hugging the pigeons. She knows they're my pigeons, but she was trying to be friends with them. And I was like, stop talking to my pigeons. And she didn't. She would keep purring at my pigeons. So I pushed her down the stairs and I said, now you're going to look like a pigeon. I don't know how that makes sense.
He walks like a pigeon now.
She walks like a pigeon now, and I said, that's what you get for flirting with my pigeons. Nobody flirts with my pigeons except me.
Mike flirting with pigeons, you know. This is the dumbest one in a while.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's good though. I think this is vintage.
Yeah. But anyway, back to this party, right? So I'm going to tell you why I picked the wrong girl here.
Great.
They're lining up. I picked the wrong lady because this lady don't like me for me. She's just
they don't love you like I love you.
Yeah, she's just the hottest girl and she can have it, but there was other girls who were genuinely really into me.
Yeah, but you gotta have your time in the spotlight with the hot lady. I think.
Suppose, and I went back and I shifted her and everything like that, and it was fun. It was by some trees, and I felt like the bee's knees. I felt like, you know, Bill Clinton in the 90s, and it was wonderful. But then I was going off for a couple of weeks.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah,
I had sexual relations with the 3 10-year-olds contained within that woman.
I made passionate love to the 3 10-year-olds inside that woman. Yes, I did. But I love that I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And it's just like, he did. He was like, he didn't, I don't think he did technically fuck her. I think that was the thing, but he was like shoving like cigar cases up her pussy and stuff. Yes, I did shove cigar cases up her pussy. Yes, I did.
It was the 3 component parts. It was Monica Lewinsky, Monica Tuwinski, and Monica Lewinsky.
There were 3 young girls, but I did not have sex with the full woman. I refused because that makes me soft as butter down there. I have no interest in that.
And butter during July, not December.
Not December. Melted butter. Because actually in December it can actually be quite hard.
Yep. I can't believe it's not dick.
Back to my fucking story.
Sorry,
Anyway.
I'm fucking riffing today.
You're riffing away, lad. You're fucking Riff Van Winkle today, lad. It's fucking good.
Riffany Haddish.
Yeah, absolutely. Riffany Haddish. Is that what you called yourself? Yeah. Riffany Haddish? Oh, that's not bad.
Riff Richard.
Riff Richard. That's fucking good. That's good. So I'm there. I'm back there with the lady. I'm kissing her, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And then I have to go off to the RDF to an army camp for 2 weeks, right? That I was in an army camp, right? I was like, you get paid. You get paid like 800 quid for 2 weeks. That was like a
and what do you do?
Fortune at the time. You go, you fucking do drills. You learn how to disassemble guns, reassemble them. Learn
And
how
they try
to
to
shoot.
propaganda you into joining the army?
Absolutely, big time. But they weren't getting through to me because I had a terrible attitude. And
The opposite of Forrest Gump.
yeah,
No drill sergeant!
no drill sergeant. And you know the way like Forrest Gump was just saving everyone from the battlefield. I was just like bringing.
You were carrying them back
people from
into
the
the-
hospital back
Yeah.
onto the battlefield to be killed. So I was there, but while I was there, I was like, I thought me and this girl, the hot girl that we shifted, I thought we were in love. So I was like calling her and stuff. I was calling her from the thing, and I was like being like kind of like, I thought it was like being like funny on the phone. I remember I'd be like telling her like I just all this bullshit like that. I was on billboards as a male model, and so I was just joking, like trying to be funny, and she's like, oh yeah. Anyway, I came back from the army camp, right? And you know, I was very horny because I hadn't been able to wank for 2 weeks.
You hadn't had the touch of a woman in a long time.
No. Just the cold, hard stare of military men. So I was back, and I was like, all right, I'll meet up with her.
And what age are we here?
17.
Okay.
Right, 17. But like, I'm a virgin, and I'm like, you know, I don't think I'd ever even, I had a hand job at that point, or anything. But I was like, all right, me and her in love, I'm going to meet her. So I met her down the back of this like housing estate, and she kind of didn't really want to meet me. I could tell that, because she's like, oh no, I don't really have time. And I was like, well, you have to. I was like, Jonah, I was like, what? I'll get dropped over to your house.
Oh, no.
I'll get put over there. So I just like arrived at her house and she's like, all right, I'll come down to you. And I was there like in my little army gear. I was like, and so yeah. So anyway, we were shifting, and she was just kind of like, you know, kind of going through the motions. But I remember saying to her, I made a few big swings in that little interaction, and the first one, well, I remember saying, I was like, I haven't had a wank in 2 weeks. And then she was like, oh, right. And then I was like, so I was like, it would be nice if like maybe you. She's like, no. I was like, all right. And then like, anyway, we're shifting again for another bit of time. And then I goes, I'll take my top if you take your top off. And she was like, no. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, I have to go back inside. I was like, all right. And that was the end of our romance forever.
God.
But then I remember I met a couple of other girls a little bit later on at some pub, I think before a Kilkenny hurling match, and they were like, oh yeah, Sarah told us that you told her you hadn't wanked in 2 weeks, and he asked her to touch her dick.
No.
And I was like, no, I didn't. And then they were like, yeah, we knew she was lying, that she's making that up. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
Classic Sarah.
Yeah. And then she's like, and she said that you said that if you take your top off, would she take her top off? I was like, oh my God.
That's so pathetic by her.
She's such a bitch.
Yeah, what a loser.
Why would I do that?
Up?
No, I just didn't text her back. I told him I just didn't text her. I didn't have it. No. But yeah, man, it was.
God, women are evil. Why are they telling that stuff? Just clocking and be like, oh, that was a bit embarrassing for everybody involved. Keep it to yourself.
They're tattletales.
They love it. Just little. Tell them that.
They're tattletales. But I will say this, because to be fair, you know, gave it to women, they're better in a lot of spheres. Do you know what I mean? They're better. Generally, they are kinder.
Yes, I would say so. More on the face of it.
Huh?
On the face of it, kinder.
You've got a bitterness in there. You've got resentment. What's going on? They are kinder. Think about your mother and think about your father. If I remember my mother and my father,
yes, I mean, my mother is a kinder woman than my father is.
So far ahead.
Yeah,
they're not even in the same league of kindness, care, consideration.
It's Wrexham versus Man City.
Huh?
Wrexham versus
Man City. It's just not even comparable. They're just better in that way. Like my girlfriend, she brings me little gifts. Thoughtful. What do I do? I just eat her food. Like, just stay, you know what I mean? Not, don't get me wrong, like, I'm nice in person, but like, it's just a different level of like consideration and thoughtfulness. I'm not saying this is like, these are broad generalizations. There's obviously thoughtless fucking bitches, and there's obviously very thoughtful cunts of men. Are you a thoughtful? You are a thoughtful little man, are you?
That's little gifts, and I cook and all these things.
You do cook?
Yeah.
I mean, I could cook, but it's going to be dog shit. So it's like,
you've never. What's do you have like a go to, like, if you had to cook a meal for your lady, what would be like? This will be good. Do you have a go-to?
Sausages.
Fuck's sakes. It's not started well.
Saucy sandwiches.
Sausage sandwiches is your go-to, like I'm cooking.
Wait. But think about
Come
this.
over for dinner.
Wait just a second. You've jumped the gun. Sourdough bread.
Have you baked it yourself?
Yeah. And how the fuck would I have done that? No.
Sourdough so epic.
Sourdough, toast it, butter, sausages on the bread, little bit of ketchup. What was wrong with that? You're telling me you wouldn't like that?
Yes, but
you would like that.
That's like if I ask a 13-year-old, what are you cooking for dinner? And they go sausage sandwiches, and I go, oh, well done.
Yeah, so why can't you say it to me then? Afford me the same respect.
But you're at least 2.5 13-year-olds.
I am, if not more. So you should be saying well done twice. Well done to both of me.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, exactly. So no, and I have a problem with this.
There's got to be a better thing that you can cook.
I'm going to tell you this right now, because this is along the lines. There's not much more tasty thing you could eat in the world than a saucy sambo, a well-made saucy sambo. Now you can do all your little things in your little fucking Thai curry and a little bit of cilantro and thrown in a few of your pubes or whatever the fuck you do when you're cooking over there. Fart on it a little bit. I don't know what you do, but I know it's not nice. And you can do that and you'll be like, oh, this is lovely. Guess what's nicer? A fucking sausage sandwich. Sorry, it is. Now, this is what I'm saying, because this is the fucking what goes on in society all the time. And this is like this glorification of effort.
Glorification of effort?
Yeah, because you're making out, just because you spent 4 hours making this stupid ass curry, that it's better than my saucy sandwiches.
It's a great way to spend the day. I love spending all day. You get up in the morning, you go to the shop, you buy something, you just decide what you're going to cook later that day, you buy all the ingredients, you put it all together, maybe you go to a couple different shops, maybe you go to the butcher's.
I didn't like
and
how
the
your
grocers.
face lit up
and it's
talking
all
about different shops.
And then you come back and you chat to the butcher, you go, what kind of would be good for this, what kind of bit of this, and be like, oh, I reckon that, blah, 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 and it's all nice. And then you come back home, and then you start cooking, and it takes about 4 hours to cook. And
you're really going to go through the whole lot of this. You think this is a good use of their time?
And then you eat it in 45 seconds, and it's over forever.
Yeah. Disaster. Waste of time. What have we done? It's grand for you. You have no hobbies. Or you don't talk to anyone.
I have hobbies.
What's your hobby? Name one hobby.
I watch The Sopranos.
That's not a hobby, lad. That is not a fucking hobby. It's a great show.
Yeah.
It's going to make
I play football with my friends. Played yesterday.
The Sunday game, the comedy. Yeah, but they're not. See, this is your problem. You said football with my friends. They're not all your friends. They can't all be your friends.
Oh.
Right?
Why?
Because they can't.
I see them once a week. That's more than I see almost anyone else.
You don't have 10 friends.
It's 7 aside.
7 aside.
So I have 13 friends.
You see, this is your problem. In your head, when you're in close proximity to people, you're like, they're my friend.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Because it's just...
I see them regularly. We have a nice time. That's a friend.
I don't think it is a friend. Because if you're in trouble... What does friend mean? This is my thing about friends. Because it's like, there are people you know and you're friendly with. That doesn't mean you're friends. A friend is someone who's like, you're going to call up if you're in trouble. That's someone who...
But by your definition, I have like 3 friends.
Yeah, absolutely. You have 3 friends. And I don't have that much more than 3 friends. Like 3, like about, or 5 or 6
But that's
maybe.
a close friend.
Yeah.
There's gradations of friend.
Yeah, but I don't know. But to me, a friend, saying that someone's a friend means something. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but like, it's like, because there's friendly and then there's a friend. But maybe, maybe I need to chill out on it, Maybe
yeah, what do you think? What are you losing by calling someone your friend?
Nothing really. But but when I think about it in my head, it's just like, I lived my life and these were my friends, I'll be thinking they were people like, if they moved away, would you stay in contact with them?
It's hard to know until it happens, really.
You're not keeping in contact with them. You don't even keep in contact with the people who are around.
I don't keep in contact with anyone.
No, I know. This is what I'm saying. Then shut up.
I barely keep in contact with my girlfriend.
Yeah. It's only because she's here and you grunt at her a few times a day and every 2 weeks you point at your cock and say, I want to do stuff. Right? But it's too sore, so just do something with my bum.
Am I right? You know that would never happen.
No, I do know that would never happen, you fucking freak. But listen, what I'm saying is this. If you went, right, this is my argument.
What are you scared
right?
of?
I'm not scared of anything.
You're scared of so much.
I am scared of a lot.
Scared of letting people in.
I'm not scared.
Nobody's my friend.
Huh?
That's you.
Nobody's my friend.
I'm not saying it like that.
You can't be my friend if you're not really nice to me.
That's you.
No, that's not me. That's not me. I don't know who that is, but it's one of the fucking 10-year-olds inside you, but it's not me. I'm not saying you can't be my friend. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, language means something, Language means something. That's what I'm saying to you. Because you literally, you meet a dog on the street. There's my new friend. Everyone you see, you just, now I have 19,320 friends. And you're walking along.
I don't have that many. I only have 3.7 thousand Facebook friends.
Do you have that many on Facebook?
Yeah.
And you are someone who, this is how simple you are. You do genuinely think at night, I have 5,700 people who care about me. And they don't.
Well, Jamali always says that to me. She always goes, anytime I hit like a number of followers on something, she just goes, no, none of them would be there if you got shot.
Yeah.
And I clarify that at least one of them would be, because one of them will shoot me one day.
That's right. Yeah, if you got gunned down like John Lennon, that would be. I wouldn't want you to die. I don't want to tell you that.
Thank you. What a nice thing to say.
And I do consider you a friend. So
Oh,
there you're in.
fucking
There you're in.
finally.
Yeah.
It's only taken 27 episodes.
Just shut up. So, but if you did get wounded, I wouldn't mind seeing you have a hobble.
A hobble?
Just, like just a little limp.
A herple.
Is that's a limp? I said.
A herple.
What is a herple?
Herple is when one foot you like drag it behind the other every step.
Oh, is that like your man in?
It's one of the only words that rhymes with purple.
Yeah, great. So
Kerple's the other one.
okay,
It's a type of riding crop.
these would be the things you haven't seen Gladiator, but you know that Kerple is one of the only ones.
I love the earmarker for a brilliant film that everyone should see is Gladiator.
I love the fact that you're being like smug as if it's bad when you haven't seen it, you stupid cunt.
It's just meathead filmmaking.
It was a generational fucking movie. What you mean?
Bet it doesn't pass the Bechdel test, you goddamn misogynist.
What is the Bechdel test?
You never heard of the Bechdel test?
Rectal cunt. You rectal fearing cunt.
The Bechdel test
Yeah.
is in a movie or a play or a piece of work, two women have to have a minute-long conversation that isn't about a man.
That's the test.
Yeah. And very few films pass it.
Oh, right. Oh, so the female characters, everything will be about.
Yeah.
So it'll never be one where they're talking about curtains.
They can talk about curtains.
Right.
I'd like to write a film that passes the Bechdel test, but the women's conversation that isn't about men is just about like the most like stereotypically women stuff ever. They're just talking about babies and curtains.
Yeah.
And it's just the most sexist film ever. But you're like, hey, pass the test.
Passes the Bechdel test. That's what you'd like to do. That's how you'd like to spend your time.
think
You've
that'd
got a
be
bitterness
funny.
towards women, a resentment
That would be
towards women.
funny.
You do. What happened?
Well, I did write a joke where it was
Your mother or your father? You have to pick one. 3, 2, 1.
what? My mother.
Okay. I was seeing there.
The funny thing about feminists
Carlo,
is
you're dead. He's let you die. And guess why? Because you're a paedophile.
the funny thing about feminists is their own conversations don't pass the Bechdel test. Because
Right.
they're always talking about men.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there is a lot of that, and they will. Do you know? I was thinking this because when you meet your girlfriend's friends and you meet them and it's nice. You're like, hey, how you doing?
The coven.
And you're like, they've heard everything about me.
Awful. This is exactly the
Yeah.
thing about the lady spreading the thing
Yeah.
about you.
You know how big my dick
Sarah
is.
Hennessy. Boo.
Right. Yeah.
That's evil stuff. I think that's really bad that women do that. And it's obviously we're doing that whole like, oh, women gossip, don't they? But they fucking do. I've just been watching an episode of Sopranos about it, where Junior's missus is telling everyone that he eats her clit and stuff, and that makes him gay.
He's a fanook.
Yeah, in the Sopranos world,
Yeah.
he's a fanook.
Yeah.
Because he
you're gay if you eat
gives
pussy.
oral sex. It's
Yeah.
such a strange thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she told everyone about it.
Yeah.
And then he slaps her with a pie in the face.
Yeah, he fucking lemon meringue pies her in the face.
Yeah, and that is now. I will say that now. I do think because to be fair, it's like, look, I know if something happens with girls, particularly if you're not going out with them, but even if you are, probably, but like it'll be told back to their friends. But I just have accepted that, and it's like and whatever. But if you catch them like red-handed having done it, like said something that was very sensitive, and you've told your friends, then I think you should be allowed to lemon meringue pie them.
At least a lemon meringue pie.
Yeah.
And that'd be awful if that happened to me. Cooked fruit. Oh.
Yeah, you would.
I don't like meringues either. I think they taste like farts.
I fucking love meringues. And they do taste like farts.
They do, don't they?
But I like that, yeah.
It's like a gaseous taste that doesn't like hit your tongue. It like exists in your mouth somewhere.
Right.
It's very strange. I don't like it.
Yeah. But I do think you are holding resentment there against women gossiping, because I think that on the overall scale of things, you know, is not really that bad. Do you know? I think you are making it out to be a little worse.
It's evil.
It's not evil.
It's terrible bad stuff.
Is it that bad?
Yeah.
I don't think it is. But this is what I was going to say, and this was on the food thing and the saucy sandwich thing, right? That if you went to a restaurant, right? If you went to you go to like a Michelin star restaurant, say, right? And you're like, and you get whatever the fuck reduced pesto on a fucking, you know, goose's cock or whatever, and you're like, oh, that was lovely. But if you went to a restaurant and you paid, let's say you paid £80 for that. If you went to a restaurant and paid £80 and got a lovely quarter pounder and chips from like a really nice chipper, like with the thick chips and everything like that, and garlic dip or something, you'd be like, this is unbelievable. They've nailed this. This is fucking great. Am I wrong about that?
Not for 80 quid. I wouldn't be happy with it.
Yeah, because of your perception, because you've fucking bought into the bullshit that this boiled goose cock covered in fucking, you know, pigeon piss.
I think some foods are pretentious and overpriced and really small. I like to feel full after I eat a dinner.
But what I'm saying to you is it's all just what's been put in our fucking head, that chips and this.
No, I've just read Anthony Bourdain's book.
Anthony Bourdain
Food's
killed himself because he knew he was wrong. He knew he was wrong about everything. He fucking
He was living a lie, saying a lie, a false dream to the people of America.
Fuck's sake.
Anyway.
Yes.
Sign up to the Patreon for extra podcast.
I've not got to say anything I was going to talk about.
Yeah, great. Those are the best episodes.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm shouting. Yeah. I'm riled up. I think you're a big clown.
Plug your stuff.
Edinburgh. 4:05 every day. 10:15 every day. EdinburghFringe.com. You get tickets. The new Work in Progress show. One's a Work in Progress show. One's like a best of show of like just stuff that kind of works and stuff that I've done before. And the other one's a Work in Progress show that's coming along well. I'm going to talk about actually a Work in Progress I did on the Patreon and other stuff, scandalous stuff on the Patreon as well. So I'd fucking sign up to that. And then what else do I have?
And there's a tour coming in the pipeline?
And there'll be a tour. There will be tour dates are going to be announced in September. And I'm going to be coming.
Both of our tour dates
everywhere.
are being announced in September. We're both going to be on tour in the spring.
Yeah, we're going to be on tour in the spring.
And we're making sure we don't clash.
We're
so
going to
come see both of us.
Kill ourselves next summer. So come see us.
For the last
this will
chance
be our last
to
chance to see us. Because we're going to be doing tandem suicide. We're getting a tandem bike and we're going to cycle it over the cliffs of Moher together while singing Come Out Ye Black and Tans. Go on.
Edinburgh Fringe, lots of dates are sold out. We're going to add some extra ones. They might be announced by the time this comes out, but just have a look. 6:25 every day at Monkey Barrel Comedy. Come along. There's still some tickets for the original shows, but then there'll be extra ones added at different times if that suits you better, perhaps. My special will be coming out in September. Keep an eye out for that. Keep sharing all this stuff. Start arguments under the clips. That's what I needed to say to people. Can we start pretend you really disagree with what we say in the clips on Instagram just for a laugh?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just argue with all the fucking insane people who say we have low T and some Jordan Peterson. Just really argue with them.
Rile them up. Get them
cooking.
To assault someone in their lives.
But do sign up to patreon.com/parenting. Join the ever-growing community. We've got over 1,000 people now, and that's fucking cool. So join for extra stuff every week. We will see you on the patreon.com/parenting. Bye.
Bye.